Good to be with you again on this, the fifth Sunday in Ordinary Time. I take my comments from watching a bit of our Holy Father Pope Francis's visit to the Congo, and by this weekend he'll be visiting the Sudan. Now, he's 85 years old. You know, I love to travel, I really do. But I have no interest in flying to Africa, to Congo, and to Sudan. Not because I would not be interested in going to those countries, but they are situations of such, you might say, violence and problems that I don't want to be a tourist there. And yet this 85-year-old man, and who, as you know, has great difficulties walking, it's actually just day-to-day operation of his life. And he's there in those countries. Why? Why is he there? Because as the scriptures for this weekend, and so beautiful scriptures, appropriate for his visit. I mean, he couldn't choose those. That's what fell on the date that he set with his aides, that he would visit those countries. The exposition of the scriptures is so strongly important for the situation in those countries and our own country, because the whole emphasis in the readings of the fifth Sunday of Ordinary Time are about light and darkness. And darkness in the scriptures is not simply, nighttime. Darkness is the whole reality of sin and trouble. It's the clouds of things that surround us. It's the darkness of life. It's the pain, the suffering, all of the, you might say, anything that runs against our human lives. It's hunger, it's oppression, it's even the things that come from us as human beings, false accusation, malicious speech. These things that are mentioned by the prophet Isaiah in his reading. All of these things create a darkness, an atmosphere. And the only way that those things can be overcome is by the light of the Christian life, by Jesus Christ himself. It's very interesting. You would think, what does this old man have to be? What power does he have? It's almost like St. Paul says in the reading to the Corinthians today. He says, I came to you in weakness and fear and much trembling. And my message and my proclamation were not with persuasive words of wisdom, but with a demonstration of spirit and power, so that your faith might rest not on human wisdom, but on the power of God. That your faith might rest on not on human wisdom, but on the power of God. And the Holy Father, in one of his homilies to 1 million people in Kinshasa, the Congo, the capital of that country, he said to the people, he said, take off those crucifixes around your neck and look at them. He said, look at them. And look at them and join yourself to the suffering of Christ. He is the only one that can heal the problems and difficulties of you and of this whole country, and you might say of humanity. He's the only one. His cross can be the only thing that can heal you. What a beautiful expression, that he's not there. He has no magical solution to these problems. It comes from real faith, and that you are to be a light, as the Gospel of Matthew puts it. You are the salt of the earth, and you are a light of the world. And we forget that. Our lives of goodness and love that we share with each other, you might say, make a flavor, give a flavor to this world. The world is filled with tasteless things, with things that have no flavor, with things that are bitter. And the only way to improve that is by our actions and by our love. It's the salt for the earth. And also salt preserves, doesn't it? It preserves what's good. And that's what the Christian church tries to do through its message and through Pope Francis's message to the people of Africa, to preserve what's wonderful and beautiful, and to make your lives, you might say, bring out the flavor of goodness in the lives around you, and to be that light for the world. You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountain cannot be hidden. Just so, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father. Keep the Holy Father in your prayers for his safety, and most of all for the effectiveness of his apostolic mission to the people of Africa.